Hi everybody, I'm Gabby, I'm your VP Shrewsbury, and I'm here today.
I'm Indi, and I'm a drag artist located here in Shropshire.
And we're here today to talk a little bit about some of the drag histories and drag inspirations that Indi has. Indi is going to be doing a drag workshop for us at the end of the month.
Who, me?
Yeah. Yes, exactly like this. Doing a drag workshop with us on campus at Shrewsbury that'll be streamed out to all the other campuses in Chester. So keep your eye out on our social media for the links and you'll be able to see this fabulous person doing what they do best.
You wouldn't want that, would you? You wouldn't want that. Yeah, I can't wait. I'm really excited. Can't wait to meet some new people and do some fabulous things.
So where does drag come from? Like, people think it's obviously from the Shakespeare notes where obviously women weren't allowed to participate in theater, so men had to dress up as women, and people think the word drag comes from the way that men's skirts drag across the floor. Is there anything else?
Well, I think that it definitely kind of has been, there's evidence of it. There's evidence of both of those things, but there's evidence of the word drag being used in different settings throughout history. I think, don't quote me on dates, all right? I'm not good at them. Still single. Hi. But anyway, I think definitely it's a lot more broad of a term. Drag in itself, if you were to ask me, is something quite theatrical. You do it for like a short amount of time to create this fantasy and to create the illusion of, of like a creature or character, a person, the opposite gender. That's what it means more today. But it's been used even back in the Wu dynasty for like women putting on their own productions after it all changed from Confucianism to Buddhism, and they play every character. So we have our evidence of it in Britain with drag being men as women, and it's also global. So I think that drag is definitely something that has existed in many facets, in many ways, and I don't think it's that easy to put your finger on it.
That's really interesting. With that, are there any specific drag artists throughout history that we should be aware of?
Okay, so I think that something that people always think of when they think of drag is they think of drag queens. But if you go back to the days of vaudeville with these big, production shows, a lot of the best paid female performers in vaudeville were men.
Really?
Yeah. And people like Vesta Tilley.
Mm-hmm.
Vesta Tilley was congenitally female, but Vesta Tilley was a drag king. And they were one of the most best paid performers for their drag king act as Vesta Tilley. And I think that's something that people should definitely take into account when they think of drag, because throughout history, it's not just RuPaul. It's not just, the main names we see on television. There's been thousands and thousands of years of people practicing this art in all different ways, and that's just fabulous.
That's incredible. Wow, I didn't know about that. Very interesting. We've got some research to do, people. So what are some of your inspirations of drag? Is it a specific thing or a person?
Okay, well, when it comes to my drag specifically, I find that I'm inspired by a lot of things, and it could be something I see in a painting, it could be something that I see just walking down the street that I think, oh, that's kind of fabulous. What if you did that times 100 and then just went for it? And I find that I get a lot of inspiration from like fairy tales and obviously other drag queens. Like, we live in the world of Drag Race, and I think that one thing I would say, if I had to say, like, there are artists that I think are, people who are definitely an inspiration because of what they've done for the community, would be the Boulet brothers.
Mm-hmm.
Because them championing these diverse kinds of artists from all different places all over the world, literally it's a worldwide competition, it really, really shows that there's still so much to be left to be desired for what's put out there in the mainstream media.
It's really interesting. Yeah, I've actually not really known much about the Boulet brothers, so I'm very interested to go after this and look up for them. My inspiration personally is Miss Sasha Velour, just because of everything that she stands for, just the fact that gender is nonconformist, that you can dress and do what you want. I love that she's the bald drag queen as well. Everything that she stands for, just incredible woman.
Literally, I remember seeing her walk in on season 9 and being like, yeah, I see you, Miss Pink Ostrich Feather.
Yes. My favorite is just be the strange you wish to see in the world, because that is a motto. a motto.
Oh, it just gets me so emotional every time. Every time. No, I'm not doing it. Don't worry, it's not happening.
There aren't any rose petals on your hair, I promise.
There's just lies and secrets. That's all it is.
What does drag mean to you exactly?
If you're to ask me, drag is basically an expression of a feeling or a person, or just like it's an expressive art form. I think that's how I put it down. But it's also theatrical. I think drag encompasses so many things, and it's fashion, it's makeup, it's art, it's design, it's construction, it's everything. It's such a broad art form that I think drag to me is just it encompasses everything that when I was younger that I used to do for fun, and that I used to do to make myself feel good and just to enjoy myself. And I feel like drag for me has always given me a safe place to play with gender boundaries and to play with being a clown and just being a bit of a fool and not really caring and letting it all hang out, even though there's all this stuff. It's like a suit of armor. But I think that if I had to put it in a sentence, I'd say drag is a form of queer expression that you put on your body, and you wear it in a performative way to just help people live a little better. Do you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. That's beautiful. I love that.
Thanks, you're beautiful.
You're beautiful.
You're beautiful. Stop it, you're beautiful.
Do you have any advice or anything that you tell somebody that is looking to get into drag artistry?
I would say research, learn, watch. There are all different kinds of queens. Doing drag isn't one thing. Like, you could be an activist, you could be a dancer, you could be a singer, you could be a designer, you could be a seamstress, you could be so many different things with your drag. The only limit that will ever be there is the limit you put in front of yourself. And I think the main thing I'd say is just work hard, learn and create, because if you're not creating, you're not getting any better. Do you know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Like, I hate all my work. It's true though, but you do something and you look back on it, and that it might make you cringe a bit, but all that cringing is worth it because you're helping yourself.
Exactly. I mean, it is true. You're your own worst critic, but sometimes you kind of need that eye to go, this was good, but that's not good, so let's try that again and work it somewhere else. Yeah.
100%. 100%. You're so right.
Amazing. Thank you so much for doing this, and I'm super excited for your drag workshop at the end of the month.
Well,
excited.
I just want to say thank you very much for actually asking me, because I love it, and I'm so honoured to have got the opportunity, so bring it on. Get me the makeup. Let's go.
If you want to see this lovely and wonderful person, please check our social media to find out when the drag workshop is and where it's going to be. Or if you're not on Shrewsbury campus, you can click our link to watch the live streamed event. We'll see you soon. Happy LGBTQ+ History Month.
Bye. Love ya.